Y'all, Diddy's twin daughters just sent a very strong warning to Jaguar Wright, and it looks like they are willing to go head-to-head with Jaguar. Now, Jaguar has had her issues with Diddy's family, and she is proudly one of his biggest haters alive, so it's not surprising that his kids don't like Jaguar. Now, the twins pretty much kept it cute when the trial was still ongoing because the last thing they needed was to draw negative attention to their dad. But now that the trial is over and Diddy beat the charges, it looks like they want all the smoke with Jaguar because they are clapping back at her, and they are clapping back hard. These girls are clearly looking for some drama, so let's get into it. Okay, so if we're being honest, it's not surprising that the twins would be going after Jaguar because she kept her foot on their necks while Diddy was in prison and even during the trial. There were even reports that she tried to paint the girls as psychopaths because they didn't act sad enough during Diddy's trial. Jaguar wasn't going to rest until the entire family was miserable, and she seemed to have her eyes set on the twins. Now, Diddy has 3 daughters who are basically all grown now, the twins, Delilah and Jessie, and his other daughter, Chance. They're all close in age, with Chance being just a few months older than the twins. All 3 of them are turning 19 later this year, so technically they're all adults even though they're still quite young. But the question that keeps coming up is, why did Jaguar only target the twins and not Chance? From what people are saying, it likely comes down to how they've been carrying themselves publicly, especially online. Chance has kept a pretty low profile even with all the chaos surrounding their dad, and she stayed away from the spotlight, hasn't been making headlines, and hasn't been feeding into the drama. Meanwhile, the twins have been more active, showing up at events, posting online, and making appearances that have kept them in the public eye. That difference in how they've handled the situation might explain why Jaguar's attention seems focused on them and not Chance. The twins, on the other hand, were out here living their best lives, and they were not exactly being quiet about it either. They were showing up at concerts, hanging out at exclusive events, and making it clear on social media that they're still enjoying themselves despite everything going on with their dad. From the outside looking in, it's obvious they're not laying low like Chance. They've been front and center, living it up and letting the internet see every moment of it. They were going on lavish vacations, yacht trips, luxury getaways, basically living that high-end lifestyle they've known since they were kids. To be fair, this isn't new for them. They've been raised around wealth and luxury their whole lives, but with all the chaos surrounding Diddy lately, a lot of people feel like flexing that lifestyle right now comes off as a little tone deaf. Jaguar Wright, in particular, has been one of the loudest voices calling them out. Word on the street is she feels like the girls are so wrapped up in enjoying the perks of their father's money that they couldn't care less about the serious allegations he's facing. Fans expected them to at least fall back or distance themselves a little, especially considering the long-standing rumors that Diddy might have had something to do with their mom, Kim Porter's passing. Instead, the twins have been out here living it up, which is why people like Jaguar think they're either ignoring the situation or just don't care. Now, y'all already know that a lot of people on the internet believe Diddy might have played a role in Kim Porter's passing, and that theory mostly comes from the rumors about her working on a tell-all memoir before she died. According to rumors that have been floating around for years, Kim was allegedly planning to reveal some heavy information about Diddy, his lifestyle, and everything she witnessed behind the scenes during their time together. Fans believe that with the amount of secrets Kim likely knew after being in Diddy's world for so long, there's no way her sudden passing was just a coincidence. That's why a lot of people suspect she may have been silenced before she ever got the chance to tell her story publicly. But even with all those rumors floating around, Diddy's kids have made it very clear that they're standing by their father. They've consistently defended him and refused to believe the allegations that have been stacking up. A good example of this was when a book surfaced online that claimed to be Kim Porter's secret memoir. The book gained a lot of attention, and people thought it was the smoking Kim had been working on before her passing, but the kids were quick to speak out, publicly denying the book's legitimacy and standing by Diddy. They released a statement shutting the rumors down completely, saying the book was fake and making it clear that they believed their dad had nothing to do with Kim's death. They released a joint statement saying, "We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Additionally, please understand that any so-called friend speaking on behalf of our mom or her family is not a friend, nor do they have her best interests at heart." But Jessie and Delilah definitely weren't trying to distance themselves from Diddy. If anything, they've been standing by him even more publicly. They've shown up to his court hearings, songs, making it clear they're supporting their father despite all the backlash. But to be fair, just because they've been showing up doesn't necessarily mean they're completely comfortable with everything that's happening. According to multiple reports, the twins were actually traumatized after hearing some of the graphic testimony in court, particularly from the escort who shared details about what allegedly went down. Sources say Jesse and Delilah left the courtroom in tears, clearly shaken by what they heard. And honestly, based on the disturbing claims the escort made, nobody's really surprised they couldn't sit through the entire thing. And at first, it seemed like Jaguar felt bad for Diddy's kids, especially the girls. She even claimed that the only reason they supported her was that he was manipulating them financially.
When you're dealing with the kind of control freak that Diddy is, and you raise children under that, the financial abuse for all of them is probably the worst, because there's no way they can make money without him. He has them locked in, and if he falls, who's gonna hire them? Who's going to fund them? Who's going to look out for them? No one.
Right.
No one. They're not fighting for their father. They're fighting for their survival.
But that quickly changed when the twins continued to be pretty loud about their lifestyle.
Diddy's twin daughters talking about how they will not be attending college after high school. These two are a senior currently, and you would not think that their father is currently incarcerated against these charges because they are acting like nothing has happened. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't be able to show my face, but these two are out and about. They went to their college prom wearing the same dress, which, you know, we love twins that...
Word on the streets is that Jaguar Wright has been going in on the twins, accusing them of being straight-up psychopaths who couldn't care less about their father's alleged victims as long as daddy's money keeps flowing. According to Jaguar, their loyalty isn't really about love or family. It's about keeping access to the lifestyle they've always known. There's also another interesting theory going around. Some folks believe the twins are living it up now because they know there was a possibility that the courts would freeze Diddy's money if he were found guilty. There were even reports that they might flee the country to access some money that Diddy allegedly has under their names in offshore accounts. When we found out that Diddy offered up his kids' passports to facilitate his bail last year, this fan gave an interesting perspective on things, saying they're likely the names on offshore acts. They don't want him moving money overseas or paying people off or silencing people with the money in offshore accounts. Can't get to the accounts without going there. BC large sums withdrawals need to be in person to initiate. But luckily for them, it didn't have to come to that because the jury found Diddy not guilty on the RICO charges. While he was found guilty on some other charges, it's unlikely that he's going RO spend a long time in prison. There are also reports that he might be getting time served and might be released soon. Either way, the twins' inheritance is safe, which explains why they have the boldness to go after Jaguar now. Rumor has it that they allegedly threatened Jaguar, warning her to keep her mouth shut and stop speaking about their family or else. Now that Diddy is coming home and the drama is over, they want Jaguar to back off and stop speaking on their family. But are they trying to silence Jaguar because she's annoying, or are they trying to silence her because she knows something that could put their father in even more trouble? Let me know what you think in the comments, and then check out this next video.